Our next speaker is from Kentucky. They really experienced a hard time. Yes. Give a hand for Kentucky. They worked hard on this thing. They worked hard on this thing. I got you too, sis. The Harry Young case is a real milestone for the movement, and we were out at Kentucky maybe 3-4 months ago, and I met the whole family, a real wonderful family. This is one of the sons, Willie Young, who's been advocating on behalf of their family farm, and we're going to fight to get that land back. Y'all don't hear today. Mr. Young, we're going to fight to get that land back. It's not over. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome for Willie Young. Willie Young, come on.
Good morning. First I want to give honor to God, because I know that without him I wouldn't be standing here today, because everything that's been going on in these past few years that I've actually been involved has basically kind of prepared me for, I guess, for today, because there's a struggle going on that we need to continue, not just for my family, but just for all farmers. I'm not here for applause. I'm here to make you all think. So if I could put one thing in you all's mind before I walk off this podium, I feel like I've accomplished something. So I'm going to attempt to do that right now as we speak. So, on behalf of the African-American farmers and other minority farmers, we have been experiencing desperate treatment from the hands of local, state, and federal officials that have decided that minority farmers do not seem to have a place in this great nation. So I come to tell you that we do matter, because there are small farmers that actually work hard for long hours with low pay. The farmer isn't the one that gets the small payment, gets the big money. If you can go back somehow and come up with an hourly wage, it would be less than half of the minimum wage that a farmer would make on an annual basis. And if you don't believe me, go back home and do some homework and do some number crunching, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, I'm from Kentucky. My father is over here in the right hand, over to my right, holding up the sign. That's my father over there, 79 years old. Been farming all his life. I said all his life. I've only farmed, I guess, maybe 47 years, but I haven't farmed that long. I farmed my first 18 to 21 years on that farm. So I have a vested interest in this also. Right now we have a $35 million lawsuit going on with the federal government. That's all I'm going to tell you about it, because it's still in litigation. There's a whole lot of stuff going on that if you knew, and it even opens my eyes every time I look at it. But let me tell you what happened during that time. My dad, I know there are other farms that have been foreclosed upon, farms that are now maybe in foreclosure process, but let me tell you about the actual foreclosure and the actual sale of a foreclosed farm. Now, our farm was foreclosed on July 9th. The U.S. Marshals came and took my dad off the farm with nothing but a pair of pants and a t-shirt and slippers. Took him out the house, took his stuff out of his pocket, threw it on the ground, told him he cannot go back inside. Medicine all over the ground. But he had a document saying you all cannot do this, because under federal law, federal regulations, you're not supposed to be doing this. The U.S. Marshal said I can't read, and kept on. Yeah. Our family heirlooms were put on the property that I own next to it, that my family owns, that's under my name, next to the farm that threw him off of. Threw it out there any kind of way. It was almost like a bonfire. If you had a match, everything would have been gone. Okay, so we go home in October to actually protest. The sale was November the 1st. I'm going to skip the protest because we tried to do everything that we could. We went to the local officials. We talked to the state executives. We even had conversations directly with the U.S. Attorney's Office, because they wouldn't come and talk with us, but they would go to the state officials and tell them what to tell them to say. So I won't go to that part, but I want to take you all to the day of the protest, of the actual sale. There was 3 times as many Caucasian people in this audience than there is right now. Turn around and look and see how many people are here. 3 to 5 times as many white farmers came to buy that land. Just think about it. It was so, I haven't seen that big of a gathering in years. But I'm going to here to tell you that there was 35 to 50 people that were protesting. We had whistles, bullhorn, we tried to stop everything that we could legally. They had more FBI, more state, and more county cops there than there were people, black Americans. So I'm just here to tell you that this is the type of stuff that can happen if you allow it to happen. All I'm asking you to say, and I know I got to close because they told me I had 3. Gary told me I had 5. He's going to pull my coattail, so my coattail is actually being pulled right now, as you see. So all I'm going to say is that speak up, speak out. Because if you say nothing, that means consent. If you say nothing, don't ask questions, that means you give them the right to do whatever you want them to do. Thank you very much.